Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? This time, we're heading down under to explore a really cool community project taking shape in South Australia.
Sounds intriguing.
It is. It's all about a community center they're building, but with a pretty unique twist.
Okay. I'm all ears. What's the twist?
Well, it's designed to be a real showcase of how Hindu culture can blend seamlessly with modern Australian life. The heart of this project, a Mandir, a Hindu temple.
Wow, a Mandir in South Australia.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I'm guessing it's more than just a place of worship, though, right?
You got it. It's going to be a vibrant hub for the whole community. But get this, they're taking a phased approach to the construction, starting with the Mandir and then branching out from there.
I see. A smart way to manage a big project. So what else is on their list?
Oh, you're going to love this. They've got plans for a restaurant serving up traditional food, a spirituality park open to people of all faiths, a multi-purpose hall for events, and even an apartment complex called an ashram.
An ashram. That's a really interesting addition. What's the purpose of that?
It's designed to provide housing for some of the more vulnerable members of the community, the elderly, people going through tough times, that sort of thing.
That's fantastic. Talk about a project that goes beyond just bricks and mortar. It really sounds like they're aiming to create a supportive and inclusive environment.
Exactly. So as I mentioned, they're starting with the Mandir, aiming to have it completed within 5 years. Then they'll move on to the other parts of the project as their funding allows.
That's a smart move. Gives them time to get things right and build momentum for the later phases.
Now, where do things stand right now?
Well, they've found a spot for the center, gotten preliminary approval from the government, which is a big step, and now they're focusing on raising money to buy the land and get all the permits they need to actually start building.
Makes sense. So how are they going about raising funds?
They've come up with this really cool concept called Bhumi Daan, which translates to land donation. It's a concept that holds deep significance in Hinduism.
Ah, I see. So they're tapping into tradition to support this modern project. Precisely. They're asking people to participate in what's essentially a collective land donation. You see, donating land individually in today's world can be pretty difficult, so they're offering a way for people to contribute to this shared goal.
That's brilliant. It makes it accessible for everyone to be a part of something really special. What's their target in terms of donors?
They're aiming for 108 donors.
108. That number sounds familiar. Isn't that significant in Hinduism?
You're absolutely right. The number 108 is incredibly auspicious in Hinduism. It represents wholeness and completion. Think of prayer beads or those elaborate rituals you might have seen. So by aiming for 108 donors, they're not just setting a practical goal, they're invoking this deep spiritual significance and underlining the collective nature of the project.
I love how they've woven that symbolism into their fundraising campaign. It adds another layer of meaning to the whole project.
Now, I know what you're thinking. How does ownership work in a community project like this?
Well, for the Mandir itself, it's going to be community-owned. A management committee, elected by the Bhumi Daan donors, will be running things. And a group called Punya Foundation, the organization spearheading this whole effort, they'll be handling the legal aspects to make sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds like a very balanced approach. The community is in the driver's seat, but they have the support of an organization that can provide the necessary expertise. What about the other parts of the center, though? The park, the hall, the restaurant. How will ownership work for those?
That's where it gets even more interesting.
Oh, tell me more.
Punya Foundation is really keen on community collaboration, and they recognize that different parts of the project might need different approaches. So for those elements, they're envisioning a mix of for-profit and non-profit ventures, all aimed at benefiting the community and ensuring the center thrives. That's a flexible approach that makes a lot of sense. So Punya Foundation will be involved throughout the process, providing legal guidance and their experience.
Exactly, and they're definitely not newcomers to this kind of work. Punya Foundation is a registered Australian charity with a proven track record of supporting education and empowerment projects all over the world. They have a solid reputation for transparency and financial responsibility.
Which is absolutely crucial for a project of this scale.
Yeah.
It's reassuring to know that an organization with that kind of experience is at the helm.
And here's the thing, this project isn't just about serving the Nepali-speaking Hindu community. It's designed to benefit the wider Australian community as well.
Oh, I can definitely see that. The spirituality part, for example, with its focus on different religions and cultures, sounds like a wonderful space for everyone.
You're right. We'll delve into those details more after a quick break.
You know, it's amazing how much this project aims to do. It's not just about the Mandir or even religion. It's about community culture, and even taking care of people who need a little extra support.
Absolutely. And that's where the ashram comes in, that apartment complex we touched on earlier. It's designed to be a safe haven, offering affordable housing for people who need it most. The elderly, those with disabilities, people struggling with illness, even single women facing hardship.
And it's addressing a real need in today's world, especially with the rising cost of living in cities. Affordable housing is such a critical issue, and the ashram is a tangible way to make a difference in people's lives.
It really is. And think about this. The center could also become a hub for education and research.
Oh, yeah. Imagine the possibilities for students studying social sciences, anthropology, history, even culture. They'd have this real-world example right on their doorstep, a chance to see how this community thrives and the impact of this project on bringing people together.
A living, breathing textbook.
Exactly. And let's not forget the cultural exchange that's bound to happen. Think about all the Hindu art, music, dance, cuisine. It's a chance for people from all backgrounds to experience a rich and vibrant culture firsthand.
In food, especially, has this incredible power to connect people. Imagine trying authentic Nepali and Indian dishes, tasting flavors that have been passed down through generations.
It's a sensory experience that can open your eyes and your taste buds to a whole new world.
It really is. But you know, it's not just about the cultural and social benefits. This project has the potential to create real economic opportunities, too. Think about all the jobs that'll be created. Construction workers, restaurant staff, event planners, park maintenance, the list goes on.
It's an investment in the community that could generate a ripple effect of economic activity, giving local businesses a boost and attracting visitors from other parts of Australia and even overseas. It could become a real tourist destination.
It's so much more than just a building project. It's about creating a space that brings people together, celebrates diversity, offers support, and enriches the entire community.
It's a vision for a better future, and it's inspiring to see it taking shape.
It really is. Now, you might be wondering how you can get involved. Well, remember that message from Dr. Dekal. Becoming a Bhumi Datta, a landowner, is a direct way to support this project.
But even if a financial contribution isn't possible right now, there are other ways to help, spreading the word, sharing information about the project with your friends and family, even contacting Punya Foundation to see how you can volunteer your time or skills. Every little bit helps.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want you to picture yourself walking through the completed community center. Imagine the vibrant colors of the Mandir, the tempting smells from the restaurant, the peaceful atmosphere of the spirituality park, the sound of children laughing, and that feeling of belonging and connection that fills the air.
It's a powerful image, isn't it? It reminds us that even the most ambitious dreams can come true when people work together with a shared purpose and a desire to create something truly special.
And that leads us into the final part of our exploration, where we'll delve into some of the potential challenges and opportunities that lie ahead for this incredible project.
Oh.
Okay, we're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into this amazing community center project in South Australia. We've talked about the vision, the potential benefits, even got a little hungry picturing that restaurant. But let's be real. Big projects like this, they always come with challenges, right?
Absolutely. Whether it's funding, logistics, even community dynamics, there are always hurdles to overcome.
So let's talk about some of those potential bumps in the road and how this project is prepared to handle them. Funding's got to be a big one, right? Getting the money to buy the land, build the Mandir, and then everything else down the line, that's a massive undertaking.
No doubt about it. But that's where the Bhumi Daan initiative comes in. Remember that collective land donation concept? It's not just about raising funds. It's about building a sense of shared responsibility and ownership for the project. Plus, Punya Foundation's got that solid track record of successful fundraising and transparent financial management. So they're in a good position to make it happen.
Right, and it's not just about that initial push either. Keeping the community center running in the long term, that's just as crucial. You've got ongoing costs, maintenance utilities, maybe even staffing needs.
And that's where those revenue streams from the restaurant, the multipurpose hall, and even the ashram can come into play. If they manage those aspects carefully, they can create a sustainable source of income to support the center's operations. Plus, there's always the possibility of government grants and philanthropic support. Those can be game changers for community projects.
Okay, so funding's one thing. But what about all the red tape? Planning permissions, building codes, environmental regulations, all that stuff can be a real headache.
Oh, for sure. But again, that's where Punya Foundation's experience is a huge asset. They know how to navigate the Australian regulatory landscape. They've done it before. Plus, by being open with the community, addressing concerns head on, they can build trust and make that whole process smoother.
Transparency and community engagement, those are key ingredients for success. But on that note, another challenge is making sure the center actually meets the diverse needs and interests of that Nepali-speaking Hindu community.
And that's where listening comes in, actively seeking input from the community, taking their feedback seriously, and creating a space that truly reflects their values and aspirations. That's how you build a center that everyone feels a part of.
Makes sense. Now, we also have to acknowledge the possibility of cultural misunderstandings or maybe even some pushback from people who aren't familiar with Hindu traditions.
That's where education and open dialogue are so important. By engaging with the wider community, hosting events, offering educational programs, showcasing the beauty and inclusiveness of Hindu culture, they can bridge those gaps and foster understanding.
Turn skepticism into curiosity and curiosity into appreciation. That's the goal, right? And it brings us back to that big question: how do projects like this shape a modern, multicultural Australia?
They're a powerful statement about the value of diversity. They showcase the richness that different cultures contribute and create spaces where people from all walks of life can connect, learn from each other, and build a sense of belonging.
It's about recognizing that our differences make us stronger, more vibrant, more interesting. And in a world that sometimes feels so divided, projects like this offer a glimmer of hope.
They remind us that understanding, respect, collaboration, those are the foundations of a truly harmonious society.
And it all starts with individuals taking that first step, making a donation, volunteering their time, engaging in open and respectful conversations. Every action, no matter how small, can contribute to building a better future for everyone.
That's the takeaway. I hope people leave with that sense of possibility and agency. We can all be part of creating a world where diversity is celebrated and communities come together to build something truly special.
Well said. So as we wrap up our deep dive into this incredible project in South Australia, I want to leave you with this thought. Imagine a future where initiatives like this are the norm, where cultural diversity is woven into the fabric of our society, where communities work together to create spaces that foster understanding, connection, and shared purpose. It's a future worth striving for, and it's a future we can build together. If you're inspired by what you've heard and want to learn more, or even get involved, you can reach out to Punya Foundation at info@punyafoundation.org. Until next time, keep exploring the world with an open mind and a curious heart. I could